What's up guys, welcome back to yet another video here in the cave. Today we're tying something small but something very important on the trout menu. It's a boatsman and it's a very funny looking little insect, but it's very important for the trout, so it's always good to have a few of these in your box. Before I start tying, if you're new here, welcome. Please do consider to subscribe to my channel, it really means a lot. If you're not new here, hello, and you know the drill, so let's just jump down to my vise here and tie out this boatsman. So the hook in my vise here is the FW561 from Eric's Hooks in a size 12. Before I start the actual tying, I want to build up a tapered body, and for that I'll just be using some floss, but you can use yarn or whatever. A bit of dubbing would work as well. And I hope I have enough on my spool here, it's kind of getting low. So build up a taper, just like this. You can go all the way back to just right around that point there. How much I have on here. I think I have enough. This might be a little annoying actually to use the floss. Yarn might be a little bit better. So let's stop here. You could make a whip finish here at this point, but it's kind of hard to whip finish with the floss. So I just like to take my tying thread here, kind of cross it just like this. This is a mono thread, which I will also be using for the rib. So we'll be having a few spools hanging here. Trim this excess off. Trim off the floss here. You can see it here. I think there's 1 or 2 turns left there. So make sure that's nice and tight there. Go all the way back with this spool, get it out of the way, get another one, attach that up in front here, make sure that's nice and tight, cut the excess free. This all the way back to here as well. Then you want to grab a pheasant tail, and here you need, it's always kind of hard to tell exactly how many fibers you need, but you will be needing, I think this is somewhere around 10 or 12. Depends on the hook size actually, so if it's a smaller hook you might be able to do this with less fibers, and then of course the other way around if it's a bigger hook. So get these collected into a bundle like this. Get a wrap or 2 in, make sure this is all on top. And then you can kind of pull them backwards like this before you tighten it. Most important is that it's on the top of the hook, because you will be flipping this over on itself. These forward facing ones here, you can just leave those in. If they're a little bit too long, just trim them here. This one kind of went its own ways there. those looks a little bit silly on the belly here, so let me just pluck those out. There we go. Then you need some latex. I thought I had some piece laid out here. I guess I was wrong, so let me just grab some of that. So cut off a piece of latex here, cut it into a point like this, tie that in on the side here. This can be a little bit tricky. Because you just want to catch that tip there. There we go. Tie that all the way down to where tied in the feathers and where the rib is and all that. Then start turning the latex. First few turns you want to pull it quite hard. And that will help with the taper as well. So as you go further up here, let me just turn that back. So as you go further up, you can loosen it a little bit, or not, don't pull so hard on it, and that will also help on that taper. And as you come back, or not as you come back, but as you make your way up to the hook eye here, what will eventually be the head of this little beetle, start pulling it again. Then get your tying thread up to just right around this point here, where you can catch that latex, pull it, snip it off, and that will help that it tucks in under the wraps, just like that. Then take a Sharpie or a permanent marker, whatever you have lying around, and then you want to color this latex. You can get these types of latex in all sorts of colors. I only have this color, so I just like to paint it. And one thing I found out is if you paint it against the wraps like this, there will get a little bit more color into those segments, which will help exaggerate those segments there. Next up, you want to catch these fibers back here. Kind of press them flat on top here. Catch them. Like this. Don't cut this off just yet. I want to show you a little trick, which is optional, but I think it looks really cool, so why not do it? Just adds to the to the fly that it looks a lot more real. So let's make it finish here. Just the one. Cut off the tying thread. Then grab that rib, and this is why I kept it on the spool. Because now this has become my tying thread. Try to get in between the latex, like so. Then, here comes the trick. Kind of want to take one fiber for each side here. Actually, I think I need to go forwards just a little bit more here. And then back it up. So, take one fiber from each side, which is the bottom one, this one right here. Flip that one back over on itself, catch that on the side there. Same thing for the other side. Get the one that's the one that will be on the bottom. If you tie this, it'll make sense what I'm saying. So now I have two that are facing backwards, kind of like this, and the rest will just be folding over on itself, just like this. Tie this forwards just a little bit more. Right here. Flip this over. Catch that. Or do I want to do that? Actually, I'm not quite sure that I like the look of that. I practiced this fly a little bit earlier today, and I made one here. You can see this is the finished fly. Yeah, I don't want to flip this back over on itself. Kind of looks silly. So trim that as close to the hook eye as you can. This got a little bit tight, but it's okay. Let's get that whip finish. Just make one. Cut off the tying thread here. And then, of course, what you can do is to kind of give these a slight curve. If you look at the real insect, it has a little curve to these legs up in front. So if you put your scissors in under that, kind of like ribbon for gifts. You know how to twirl those. Don't do too hard on this though. This looks fine to me. These are a little bit long, so just trim them at the length, the total length of the body, so you can hold them back a little bit like this. Trim them. There we go. Where's my Sharpie? I have a black one here, so let's just color that head. go. Get some varnish. One drop here. I got a little bit into the eye here. That's okay, just poke it like so. And that there is the finished fly. A very cool, pretty realistic fly, or boatsman, or beetle, or insect, whatever you want to call it. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Please do remember to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Check out some of the links in the description, or up here, or down here, or here, or there. There will be, it's always when I'm filming, I look at you straight, but you look at me the other way. So I guess it will be here and there. So either way, check out some of the things, and I will see you in the next video.